Welcome to Tribesmen. My name is Kuri, your host, and I'm excited to be making this episode. So, how to show aggression to turn her on. So, I had a scenario where, I've been very busy the past few months, and the past few weeks has been no different. And there is a car check within the UK called an MOT. What there is a legal check for cars that are over the age of 3 years old. So they check for emissions, whether it's just road safe for it to be on the road. So it's just to make sure that you're not driving a car that is about to fall apart and cause an accident. So the car was due for this, and I was meant to do it weeks ago, but time just got away. I forgot about booking it. So I realized that I'd not done it, and it was due to expire on Monday. And I thought, I need to do this. So I ended up making a booking on Friday, and the normal place I would have normally taken it to, where there's reputable dealerships, they were all overbooked, so I needed to find somewhere. So I managed to find a middleman where it's like a website where they got a network of garages where they can send it to, and then you get the test. So I also need to put the test, including a service, and it was a little bit more expensive than normal, but I was like, okay, I've left it till last minute, so that's fair. So I ended up doing this, and the schedule was going to be that they picked the car up between 7 and 8, which was perfect for me because then it gives me an opportunity to go to sleep, get rested, and then I was going to wake up early afternoon so I can start doing my rounds of calls, client calls. So it worked out perfectly. But as I was waiting for this guy to come and collect the car, the guy didn't come at 7 or 8. So then it was 9 o'clock, and then it was 10 o'clock. So now this guy is now eating away into my sleep time because, again, I need to sleep. I've already hit the gym. I don't need to sleep. I need to wake up and then be refreshed so I can so it was messing up my day already. So by the time he arrived, it was about 10 o'clock, and I'm a little bit frustrated, but I just thought, at least he's here, he's come, because now I'm thinking, is he even going to come, and is this going to happen? So he takes the car, and before he takes the car, I said, you know what, I need the car to go to work. I also need to go and pick up my daughter from school, so I need this car at this specific time. Is it possible to make that happen? And he said, yeah, no problem. I will let you know as soon as I get to the workshop. I'm going to do the MOT, the check, and then if there's any changes that need to be done, we'll give you a ring, and then we'll let you know. So I thought, okay, I won't put my phone on silent. I'm going to try and sleep, but so I can wait for the call so they can get changes. Nothing happened. Took my first client call, started taking the calls, and no communication. I thought, what's going on? So I just assumed the lack of communication was the sense that, okay, it has passed through, so there must be no issue. They must be bringing it at around 3. So I'm on a client call thinking that at any point the door is going to be knocked, get my keys, and along we go. And 3 o'clock came, and I'm thinking, I need to go and pick up my daughter at 4, and I need to be leaving for work at 4:30, and no car is here yet. So I'm in a bit panicked, got off the phone. Luckily, my son was at home, so I'm now trying to ring these people, but because I'm not trying to be late to pick up my daughter, I end up putting insurance on my son's car and then going to collect my daughter that way. And just bear with me with the story. I'm trying to put a background to it so it makes sense what's going on. So I'm really having a tough time having to now put insurance on my son's car, go and collect my daughter, and on Mondays I pick her up with a friend, so I had to drop her friend off and get to my house. By the time I get to my house, and all this time I've been communicating with my wife, because at one point I realized that I might not be able to pick up my daughter, and at that point I didn't realize that my son was at home. So I'd communicated with her saying, can you leave early at work so you can go and pick up our daughter, because I haven't got the car. So she was already frustrated, like, what's going on? How is it that they haven't got in touch? And she was a little bit frustrated with me as well, because I'd left it so late. And I said to her, and obviously I said to her, you know what, yeah, you've got every right to be upset. But at the same time, normally if it's a good service, if the garage was providing a good service, this would have not happened. So yes, it's my fault that I've left it this late, but at the same time, I did make the booking. And if they were a really good establishment, this should not have been an issue. So it's an issue with this establishment. So we both agreed on that, and she was now frustrated with them which I was as well. But at the same time, she's like, have you rang them? Have you spoken to them? I said, yeah, I've tried to speak to them, but I'm generally pretty chilled. So it's like, are you being aggressive to them? I was like, yeah, I'm trying my best, but at the moment, I'm only speaking to the guy who's the middleman. So there's no point in me, having a go with them. And again, it was her just not wanting me to let it lie. And this is very important because one of the things that kills a sex life is when your woman sees you being dominated by other men or being taken advantage of by other men. And this is one of the things where she was trying to establish that. So as I was listening to this conversation, I thought, okay, I see where you're going with this. So I knew that any other interactions I was going to have with these people in front of her needed to be stern, needed to be me showing some dominance, me showing that I'm not going to allow them to see me as a pushover. Because, again, that was what I was going to be communicating. And this, I was lucky to have to recognize this. So as I was trying to ring and find out, I ended up getting in touch with the people in the garage. They told me that the car had failed. And then all of a sudden I was like, it failed? Well, why is it that you're telling me? And at this point, it was already 4:30. I'm like, why is it that you're telling me at 4:30 that it's failed? Everything is shut at 5 o'clock in terms of getting parts. There's no way you can repair it. And the repair, you're telling me it's going to take me 2 hours. And you're asking me to pay £1,000 to do the repair. How is it that you've left it this late? And they said, well, we've only just done it. I was like, that's not good enough. And they said, I don't want to pay you guys £1,000 because you've obviously not given me enough notice and said, I'm only the receptionist. I don't know. I need to speak to the mechanics. Said, well, I want you to bring back my car and I want it in the next 15 minutes. If not, then obviously, so they managed to bring my car. So the guy who brought my car was the mechanic. So I put him to the sword. And again, it was me wanting to know and have answers, like what was going on. Why is it that you gave me false information? And why is it that you've allowed this situation to happen for your business? Because you've lost me as a customer. So it was me really just putting him to the sword. And my wife was watching this interaction. And this was me that they've given me the push around all day. And now I'm regaining my dominance, or at least regaining that dominant spot. And basically that was the interaction that I had in front of her. And as soon as I closed the door, you could see the smile on her face. And there was a smile of pride and respect that this is the man that I married. Because again, that was confirmation that if there's anything that is untoward that's going to happen to our family, I am quite capable to stand and be bold and protect the family. And she needed to see that. Not that she forgets, it's just like how you tell your wife, I love you, and you want to hear I love you, or how you want continuous sex. She needs that validation that you are capable of handling business when it's required. And one of the things that she will lose respect over is the fact when she sees you being dominated by other men. That is a massive turnoff. And this is the reason why when sometimes when people are cheated on, they cheat on you with a really, really bad boy because they're like, okay, this guy is like really, really bad boy. He's the most alpha I can go for. And you can do this. And most of you guys, I know you are law-abiding citizens. I know you don't want any confrontations. You don't want to be that guy who's an asshole or a jackass. And I can guarantee you, I didn't raise my voice. I was stern. So as soon as he tried to say things that were what I wanted to hear, or when he said to give an explanation that was not good, I pulled him up on it. I said, you are lying. You could have communicated with me. You chose not to communicate because you're busy. I don't know whether you were trying to find a way of getting more money out of me. I don't think that was a very good practice as a business. That's what I said to him. And that was me putting him to the sword. Not massively aggressive. There was no punches thrown or any shouting. It was a conversation between men and me putting a line to say, these are my standards and you've fallen short of my standards and therefore we're not going to do any more business. And that was me also demonstrating that to my wife, that I'm perfectly capable of standing my ground when it comes to a situation. And again, like I said, you might think it's trivial and you might think it's stupid. But I can guarantee you, and you can only have my word for it, the way she looked at me with the sense of pride, and when she hugged me and brought me close, I could feel that she was really proud of the sense that I'm the man that she married who can protect them. And that's what she got from it. And she needed that. So again, with you guys, when you say, I don't know why things are not changing, I don't know why things have never, these are the things that where you have these interactions. You have this, once in a while you have these interactions, and it could be, again, interactions within the house as well, where your wife is going into your children, and you stand up for your children and say, no, I'm not going to allow you to talk to the kids like this. You build trust with the children. And my wife has done it to me when I raise my voice at my daughter. Because no, don't speak to her like that. It breeds some level of trust in my daughter towards my wife. And again, it's a very important tool. And I wish I could, give it to you guys and see how it works and how amazing it is. It's one of those things that is, nobody talks about this, but it's so powerful. So hopefully that's something that's changed your life, because it certainly was a reminder for me. And it was something that was a feeling that I got yesterday that was better than an orgasm, when she just looked at me with a sense of pride and a sense of holding me in. I mean, like, if it was possible, we could have actually had sex at that point, because she was so turned on because of that. And I honestly can guarantee that we felt that euphoric feeling of that, yes, let's get it on. So hopefully, guys, that's something that you needed to hear. It's something that I know for a fact, if you put it to practice, it's going to really change your life. So thank you very much, guys. I'll be seeing you guys soon. If you've got any questions and you want to learn more about some of this stuff, go to thriving_tribesmen, and you can ask any questions, and any questions that you ask, we can make them into an episode so you can learn from it. So thank you very much. I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.